Hi, Charles. How you doing?
We, as usual, if I was named better, I'd be you. And
Yeah.
today, this is an odd one. Okay, this was my request to do, but it was not because I'm a fan of this artist, per se. I don't. This is a younger artist for us. We're advanced gentlemen. We're advanced gentlemen.
Yeah.
This artist is not necessarily our scene.
Yeah.
Typically, but I do the damnedest thing for my children from time to time. And on a show we both used to be on, you weren't on at that point, but I was, and I reviewed an album by her with my daughter on the review. So this album just dropped last week, and it was supposedly so good. I mean, Rolling Stone magazine, the critics, those fucking people, automatic 5-star classic, greatest thing ever made. I don't know. We will find out. We are not scared of any music on this channel, right, Lee? We're not scared. We'll review anything.
I'll say
we're not scared.
I'll say I am mostly just thinking I'm better than some music, but I'll still maybe approach it like approaching a guy who I think is beneath me, but I'll still at least force myself to say hello before I run off, kind of like that. Anyway,
well, I'll announce who it is because it was my suggestion. It's the newest Taylor Swift album.
Yeah.
Something Showgirl or other.
Yeah, Life of a Showgirl. And if it wasn't for you suggesting it, I don't think I ever would have purposefully wanted to ever hear it. And I felt like I felt like I'd rather hear a whole Hello Kitty album than
it's up
this.
On the screen.
Yeah.
Which was my request. I'm hoping my daughter will watch the review. She already kind of has a clue of what I might have think about it a little bit. But she also had a lot of preconceived notions as well.
Yeah.
Now, the main thing though, Lee, for me, and that was why I wanted to do it on our old show that we both were on, was that our illustrious host of that show used to slam on this artist, but had never heard a full album. Now, my point of view is, if you're going to slam on somebody, listen to it at least first. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's good or bad. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
So, and I don't mean that as a dig to that person. God bless them, and I'm happy for them. But what I mean it as is when you slam on stuff that you've never really heard or don't get into, it's kind of weak.
Yeah.
In my opinion. At least listen to it. Because maybe you're missing something. You don't know. You don't know. No, Taylor Swift is typically not my kind of thing at all.
Yeah.
I did listen to one other album called Folklore and had to read.
One. Yep. Okay.
The thing was overall, I could hear the appeal in the album. This wasn't for me, but I could hear the appeal. Doesn't mean that it's bad, it's just not necessarily for me. But I understand why others may like it. So this one, I had no clue at all, other than it was supposedly so brilliant. But actually, from what I've read, it's torn her fan base. But one thing you cannot take away from this young lady, Lee, is she sells a shit ton of albums in an era where nobody's selling music. She's encroaching on Metallica space as we speak. As far as total sales. Which is pushing AC/DC.
Huh.
So I don't think she'll ever get with Michael Jackson or the Beatles, but she's selling a ton of albums in an era where nobody buys records. So I got to give her that, whether it's for me or not.
Oh, all right. You're being a little bit kinder than I would be, but anyway.
Nobody's buying physical media, but they're buying her shit. So maybe I'm missing out on something. So I guess we'll find out. And so this is like Moby Grape, where you don't know shit about her. I don't know that much about her either, but
I will say,
just get into it.
I did.
Whatever you think.
I did buy something of hers once.
You got me beat.
Yeah, I bought a notebook because I liked how she dressed on it, and I was able to write stuff in the notebook. It was only $2, and so I got it because of her outfit, because she looked good, and it helped me write.
Well, that's what some people think alone. But she looks good.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
All right. Anyway,
let's get into it.
I guess I might as well start this damn thing.
Yeah.
Okay. The Fate of Ophelia is the first song. Okay. Listening to this is like listening to nothing. It did not bother me, and it did not excite me. It was like placid water that was supposed to be like pickle brine, but instead only tasted exactly like water. I just bought some pickles that had that exact not pickle flavor, but salty cucumbers. And this song was like that, but with even less flavor. Nothing to it. Not good, not bad, just nothing. What do you think?
Well, I mean, when I heard it, I actually had to sit down. But, well, wait a minute. I was sitting down. So I had to stand up and then sit down again. And then splash some water on my face. Because, my God, I actually like this song. I mean, I only knew or heard another Taylor Swift album in my life. I had never heard a song by her prior to that. Which was amazing to the world, but I was in Afghanistan. They didn't play this. Taliban didn't like this shit. Now, that album that I did, it was boring as whale shit. But what we get here is a very solid synth pop song that's extremely well sung. And try as I might, I just can't find fault here. Unlike that other record, which is Folklore, by the way, this is beyond that point of songs I can hear an appeal in and not get it for myself. I think this is a solid pop song, very well written and very well sung song. I can't believe it. I actually like a Taylor Swift song, but good is good. That's the way I see it.
Huh.
All right, next track, Lee.
Okay. What do you think of Elizabeth Taylor?
Well, we're back to earth a bit here. Thankfully. I do like the chorus quite a bit. Well, the sounds of it. But something about the verses don't do quite much for me. I do enjoy the music underneath it. Some of the bass work is solid there. I think it's actually the pre-chorus. I don't know, it gets a little too, country sounding. I guess she's trying to marriage the styles because she's done pop and country. I'd say this is one of the ones that I'll get all the Swifties mad at me over or something, but I'm just like, whatever. But hey, that first song kind of kicked ass, but I didn't care for this one.
I put, at least this song doesn't sound like nothing. And I could imagine possibly a decent song within this, but the production isn't my type of thing I like to hear, and it's way too produced. So it could work as decent wallpaper. It didn't offend me, but nothing about it made me want to go to it again. Alright, now for Opalite. Okay, at least this sounded like something I recognize as a musical genre. Part of it I did like, not the whole thing, but the beginning part sounded something like Roxy Music or Brian Ferry's solo work. Brian Ferry would still do it, and it would be better than most of his Bob Dylan covers, but this has that Olivia Newton-John Xanadu feeling that is good on paper, but not quite my bag. As to if it's the best song on the album, I sure hope there's better. What do you think?
Funny you mentioned Xanadu. I think I'm the only person that liked that movie and the album. But it's a Travis Kelce love song dedicated to her fiance, so I guess that's sweet. I don't mind that she engaged a football player. I think it helped the game quite a bit, so I'm going to stick my tongue at all you haters. But, no, I can't endorse this song too much. And oddly, I've heard some Weezer songs that are in this style, just more guitar and less synth. Interesting you brought up Roxy Music. That is an overall huge thing that some people have slammed this album for. And we'll get into that and some different songs coming down the road here. But I didn't care for that sound of Weezer either. And I'll say, much like the other album I've heard of hers, I do hear the appeal here. That much is undeniable, but it's not my kind of thing. It's far from offensive. I mean, it's better than Read My Body by Kiss. I'll say that much. So, all right.
All right. The next song, what do you think of Father Figure?
Well, we get a little George Michael in this song and credit as well. She gave George Michael credit on this. Look into that Page and Plant, i.e. Moby Grape, and Noel Gallagher, no need. You rip off people expertly. But anyway, what's funny is I've heard more blatant rip-offs than this. It's a very little of George Michael's original in it, just a wee bit in the chorus, and obviously the title. It's very Europop sounding here and solidly sung again, not quite as gooey as Opalite. So this one, I wouldn't cut it off. I don't think it's a bad tune. Not good enough to make me want to bump it again, but I do hear some good here.
All right, I put, this song bothered me in very specific ways, especially that it made me like the George Michael song better by comparison, and made me want to hear it instead. Plus, this must have been obviously influenced by that song, which I found out later, even though it isn't quite that song. And it also bothered me because it just isn't that interesting of a song, except for how it reminds me of the better song, which it isn't. Still, at least it's annoying instead of making me feel nothing, so I guess that's something. Okay, now for Eldest Daughter. Okay, this song sounded totally fake and not worth my time at all. It made the worst songs by Alanis Morissette sound like Sandy Denny. It wasn't melodically horrible, but it just didn't have anything to it that would make me want to hear it again. What do you think?
Now, we did Alanis Morissette a couple times, and you enjoyed the majority of it. So I'm very surprised. But
yeah.
But oddly, I read this record as polarized as Swift fans. And I guess it makes sense, is I don't feel like running into a fire to get away from it, but for personal reasons, and I'll keep it to myself why, but I really enjoyed this track. Very solid vocals. I love the message in the song. This is the best song from her I've ever heard, but I've only ever heard this album and the other one. So I can't. I mean, it's not like I have a lot to work with here. But period. I actually did a little acoustic guitar too on this song. This song makes mad sense to me personally, but it's kind of personal. Probably of my limited knowledge of her music leads to me saying this is my favorite song I've heard by her. But teach their own, Lee. Let's ruin the friendship.
Yeah. Ruin the friendship. What do you think of that?
Well, I did read at this point that the co-producers are Swedish, because she also produced it with them. And why is that relevant? Because those damn Swedes have a certain perfection on Euro synth pop sounds.
Hello? Oh, my... Alright, yeah.
Well, I have to say, unfortunately, you can't win them all, though. This one is very boring and bland. But I do like the bass work on it. But this is bland as grits without salt and pepper. Ruin the friendship.
Wow. I put now. Okay, now. First off, I don't care
Don't
for
say
this.
you like this one.
I don't care.
Don't say it.
I don't care for the song. It's lightweight pap and a waste of my time. But strictly speaking, as a producer, if I needed a lightweight song on something like the Gilmore Girls, this would work. Not for me, but for the miserly tykes who like that sort of crap, it would fit. This is crap that fits a certain genre. It isn't for me, but at least it's for someone, I guess. Okay.
Did you watch the Gilmore Girls, Lee?
I did not.
Thank Christ.
I think once
All right.
I put it on for a few seconds just to see what they were wearing, but I got bored and I shut it off.
And I almost saw the Indigo Girls for a minute, but the Gilmore Girls, that's different. Don't make me pull some Indigo Girls in our review, Lee.
Huh.
I don't like them, by the way, so don't worry about it. All right.
All right. I do like some of them, some of their stuff, but not all. Okay. Some of it I don't like at all. So you probably heard the stuff that is not good.
That I hope. I
anyway,
it was all shit, but all right.
All right, maybe. All right. All right. Actually romantic. Okay. This sounds like a song Oasis could do. I would still dislike it, and I absolutely dislike this song completely. But at least it sounds like another group could do it, and I would still not be into it. What do you think?
Wash your mouth out with soap. How the hell you invoke the good goddamn name of Oasis in this song? Because this is the Pixies. This is Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. I'm sure the chords are different enough to keep from getting sued. But come on, it's a Swift album. I mean, they need the sewer for this track. I mean, this is probably 9 million times platinum already. And for people that don't know rock music, they would probably throw the devil horns on this track, which would be a funny sight. It does have a bit more of a pop feel than Where's My Mind by the Pixies, but it's pretty much Where's My Mind. We kind of said just cover that other than rip it off. This is still Where's My Mind by the Pixies.
Huh.
And not an Oasis track.
But I.
No, I'm serious.
To me,
if you don't know it,
but to me,
Where's My Mind?
but to me, all those groups do that same kind of stuff. Anyway, what do you think of the next song, Wish List?
Apparently, it's a diss track at Kim Kardashian. I'm not sure why that was necessary, but okay. Lots of flim-flam filth language going on here. Sadly, we are losing me more and more as we go. It has a bit of a hip-hop feel, but I find the lyrics silly because I don't see her as a badass, and I think that's what she's trying to be. I mean, musically, I guess it's okay, but no need for all those nasty lyrics. I will say, God, it sucks getting old. It's not my scene. Not sure why it's anyone else's wish list.
Okay, I put, this is an accomplishment. It's so far the worst song on the album. That's not a good sign when the only feeling I get from an album is annoyance. But at least it annoyed me completely, so it accomplished some sort of thing. Okay. Now
I don't know about the worst, but it sucks.
All right. Now for Wood. Wow, this was actually decent. I won't say it was spectacular, but it had a bit of authentic soul to it, and it was okay. At least that is something. So the album has at least one somewhat decent song on it. Who knew? What do you think?
Well, for the record, I've said 2 decent songs, and Lee just said 1. And we're on Wood. Well, I guess we got a nod to I Want You Back to the Jackson 5 here. Again, shame on you there, Miss Swift. I hear more rip-off to that than that father figure, and you credited George Michael. Like, why couldn't you pay the Jackson 5 for this? Yeah, if you suffer from diabetes, stay away from this one, because you'll go into a shock. It's so sugary and lame. This is very embarrassing. Now I'm feeling really icky listening to this record at this point. Lame beyond lameness. I disagree with you, Lee. That shit sucked.
Oh.
All right, next track.
All right, what do you think of Cancelled?
Oh, wow, man. Now we have Taylor Cobain here. You know, it sucks again getting old when you know better source tunes than what she was going for in the verse. The chorus is a bit more original, but the verse is the really weak songs I didn't care for. I guess this is fantastic, but it isn't. It's merely listenable and not embarrassing to listen to. I again wouldn't be like, turn this, it's so bad if it was on your radio. But unlike Wish List or Would or Ruin the Friendship, I mean, Canceled's okay. It's all right, but it's Nirvana wannabe.
All right, I put, wow, this is actually a good song. I could hear this as a song by Roxy Music or a group like that. It's definitely the best song on the album, at least so far, so 2 songs that are okay. That's 2 more than what I thought would be the case.
We're almost tied. Just different tracks.
Yeah. And now, the next one, Honey. We're back to another waste of time. Nothing about this did I like. What do you think?
Well, we started out right as I thought it was a piano type song, almost Vanessa Carlton-ish. And then no, this pop sound goes in that just makes me ill. And I'd say cut this one off. I'd put you out of the house if you played this. No, and fucking no. And one last track.
Okay, what do you think of The Life of a Showgirl?
While the guitar work reminds me of quite a bit of a few other songs out there, I'd say that's a bit of a knock. I'll say we bookend the album with another song that isn't so putrid, and I'd actually say is a solid pop song. I'm sure it'll be like the pre-encore song on a tour, which I think she'll do. It has that feel. I really can't tell who is who as it features another up-and-coming pop star. Well, Miss Swift is not up-and-coming, whether I like it or not, but Sabrina Carpenter on it. I guess it doesn't really matter because I can't tell who's who on it. But I like this one a little bit. But not the best in the album. Certainly one of the better tracks. Overall though, man, I found the songs overall on this record really not to my liking. There are a couple that are okay, and I may listen to again, just a couple songs, but not the whole thing. But the cool songs were okay, and I survived yet another Taylor Swift album, and thank you for not disowning me, Lee, to do this review. Okay, yeah. Lee.
All right, I made it simple. I said the title song and equally vapid as most of the others. Okay.
But so, we survived the Taylor Swift review.
I
don't want to do any more.
I didn't even want to do this, but I did.
But you did.
And I can later joke about it in the same way that Jerry Miller talks about wanting to run around naked after having a gallon of acid. So, you know.
But let's be fair, though, Lee. Not that you have, because you're too smart to do that. But if you went on a tangent about how bad Taylor Swift sucked, and you never listened to her, is that fair? Now you can make a judgment. You can say what you want to say.
Yeah.
So, see?
But I won't say that I dislike her as a person. It's just that if I were to visit her and talk, I would prefer she not get up and put on her own music, but I would still probably have a nice conversation.
Well, and I have to give her credit. Besides just selling music in the era when nobody buys it, she writes all of her stuff. Whether it's for me, doesn't matter. Guess what? Madonna wasn't for me either.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she sucked. Just wasn't for me.
She did. Madonna did one really great album, and she also did another album that was partially great. And that's about it.
whichever. I don't
Yeah.
agree, but I will say I respect the fact that Miss Swift writes her songs. I'll give her that, and that's cool. It's just not for me. This is I'm gonna drop the kids off at the concert type artist.
Yeah. This is more of I'm going to
see somebody that's cool. Oasis. And there was not an Oasis type song in this album, Lee.
I would be.
That was the Pixies.
Well, but then I would have probably said that about if I heard the Pixies song, that it sounded like Oasis, because Oasis has that kind of, that sort of chorus.
The Pixies were before Oasis.
All right, well then Oasis must have taken it. Oasis must have taken their sound from them, or whatever. Anyway.
Well, obviously many. The point is, oh, we're gonna have to do the Pixies. Anyway, folks,
I had a Pixies. I had a Pixies album one time.
And the Breeders.
Yeah. I heard.
You don't know them as much.
I heard them finally enough of the album, and I think I even had it for a minute before I sold it. But yeah.
No, I do get what you mean, because quick 8-second thing. Pixies were first. Nirvana ripped them off. Weezer ripped off the Nirvana. Oasis obviously did this and did that. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it was actually the Pixies who were like the Moby Grape of grunge.
Okay.
They were misunderstood. Nobody knew who they were until it was too late.
Yeah.
And that song is Where Is My Mind? And my point is, Taylor Swift, you should give those people from that band money if you're going to give George Michael, who's dead, money.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
At least credit. Who needs credit? Because the Pixies, man, so many people have copied the Pixies. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm a little disappointed in Miss Swift for that. And
yeah.
So are her core fans, by the way, I've heard. But either way, we survived it. Thank you for doing it, Lee.
Thank you.
Give your kitty a kiss.
All right.
Gabby, we love you. We thank you for doing the monkeys on this channel. And you all have a great night.
Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.